Hey, how's it going? It's Magical Bastards here. I'm Seth.
It's Mousy.
And Ariel.
Today we are covering the topic of sex.
Let's talk about sex.
Baby. Okay.
Start.
So we're actually going to go over some topics in the news about sex, if you are wondering. So let's do sex news. What do I got?
CBD lubrication.
What is that all about?
That is something that is trending for 2020. It's just a fancy line of CBD and THC products, which if people don't know what those are, that comes from the weed plant. THC is the actual drug part, and CBD is just the plant-based oils and things.
How are you going to make lube out of that? I'm just curious.
I don't know. I'm not a freaking scientist.
It's the same as they make lip gloss and edibles and lollipops that kids can eat.
Yeah, but what does that do? Like CBD lube? Like, what's it supposed to? Is it supposed to calm you down or something, or what?
Why would you want to calm down?
I don't fucking know.
Sex?
You're having sex, so
I mean,
you should be kind of calm.
Let's have calm sex.
Yeah, calm sex all the way.
No, it says that it's supposed to heighten sexual pleasure, but also aid in menstrual pain, which kind of is weird. Like, do you have to be menstruating for it to aid in menstrual pain? And then, like...
Somebody's got to ride the Red River, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey.
Well, you don't.
Well, yeah. I don't. You're right.
Yeah.
But, I mean, some women do get some sort of, like, pain during sex, penetration sex, like
yeah, I guess.
And I guess, but I mean, it's not supposed to be like a quick fix for like painful sex. I think it's just more maybe it's an easier way to get it into your body.
Yeah, like kind of getting into bloodstream and kind of. I mean, in a way, CBD is supposed to relax you and not make you as anxious. So maybe it relaxes your body a little bit.
Maybe.
The best strains for arousal, according to cannabis and sex experts. I mean, that's just I see mimosa right here.
Ooh, mimosas all the way.
The only thing that I look at mimosas as is getting kind of comfortable, getting drunk on mimosas, and just letting loose in the bedroom. You know,
the breakfast drink, like.
I was about to say, that's how you think of mimosas?
Yes.
Getting loose in the bedroom?
Yes.
Well, shit, I need to drink more mimosas.
Right? Something.
Strawberry cough. That's a...
Yeah, these are all strains that they have, which weed is not legal here in Texas, where we're at.
Train wreck. You want to be a train wreck. Most of the time, everyone's a wreck.
What's the next one? Go ahead.
Granddaddy Purple.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well.
Yeah, we're not going to touch too much on cannabis and sex because...
I feel like...
It could go on and on.
On.
It could. Forever. So, Mousy, do you have any news?
No.
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like people are sexualizing everything nowadays, in my personal opinion.
Of course. I mean...
Sex robots.
Yes, sex robots. See, that we were just thinking, we were just looking that up.
That's pretty strange because like what you just keep this thing in your closet and you only bring it out because you want to have sex with it. Well, that's kind of creepy, you know.
I feel like the most people that, I mean, no offense to anybody who can't find a relationship or anything like that. I mean, I feel like it's just like somebody who will forever be alone, or those basement type of guys. No offense. Like who live like...
Yeah, but that's still...
I don't know. I'm just digging a hole. I'm just going to stop talking.
That's so strange to me because, I mean, you have this piece of equipment, I guess, in your closet, and you're like, you know, instead of masturbating today, I'm just going to have sex with my sex robot.
Well, I mean, people have sex with fleshlights. I mean, it's kind of the same, but
that's a lot
it just
easier
talks.
Or actual sex dolls.
Yeah,
I mean,
but fleshlight is a lot easier to put next to your bedstand than a fucking
I guess the
sex
sex
robot is.
robots are just kind of like... sex robots are just kind of like... sex dolls, but animated
or not animated.
Or
are they supposed to talk to you?
Like, what is it called?
Do you program them to
That's what
talk
I'm
dirty
saying.
to you?
I mean, I guess you could. I don't know the depth.
Yeah, the extent of it all.
Yeah.
I feel like we need to look that up a little bit more.
Yeah, it's definitely some research.
But they did make that movie about a sex doll, and this girl ends up, I don't know.
What is that movie called?
Oh, Anna Kendrick.
Yeah, she's
I
in
haven't
it.
seen it yet, but supposedly her boyfriend has a sex doll. I don't even know if it's out yet.
It is out. Yeah,
Okay, but her boyfriend has a sex doll, and I guess she finds it one day, and the sex doll ends up like starting to talk to her, and like she takes it on a road trip and shit. And I'm like, the fuck is going on here?
Right. I mean, maybe she has sex with the sex doll.
Hey, maybe.
I don't know if they
Whatever.
put that on HBO Max.
Whatever gets you. I mean, it's
It's HBO.
it's a movie about a sex doll,
Yeah, it's HBO. You can put anything on
and they're
HBO.
clearly calling it a sex doll. So I mean, they're leveling up on HBO. Let me tell you,
They're reaching.
the good old reach around.
Well, some people don't do that apparently.
I mean, hey, it's not everybody's forte.
So, okay. Yeah, we don't have much news, apparently. So, we'll just get to the topic at hand. So, our topic today is sex, of course. Why not? Who doesn't love sex?
Crazy people.
Yeah, for sure. If you don't love sex, then, hey.
Just don't listen.
Yeah,
I don't know
to
what to tell you.
each your own, I guess.
Or maybe you can learn something and enjoy sex.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, we're not. I mean, we could kind of say we're kind of experienced because we're technically adults in some people's eyes, but
In some people's eyes.
that's what I
Not
said.
everybody's.
I said some people's eyes because technically some people still find us as teenagers, even though we're
Especially the boomers.
nowhere near teenagers. But I mean, you can take this and learn from it, or just fucking
Take it and just
stop
throw it in the
listening.
fucking
Stop
trash
listening
can.
right now if you don't want to hear anything that we have to say.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
Or think everything we say is wrong. That's perfectly okay too. We're not sex experts. We just like talking about sex. So
and we love sex.
Well, I do, because I'm a guy. It's built into my natural.
He never stops.
So, I guess we'll get into the open-mindedness before and after sex, whether you know or don't know your partner, whether it's somebody you met on Tinder or if somebody you've been with for 10, 20, 30 years.
I feel like we should all like talk about our first experience, except for me, because I mean my partner's right next to me,
Right.
which is kind of lame. But no, Ariel doesn't want to talk about. Okay,
Yeah, I mean, I
well,
can talk about
you
it.
can just briefly. You don't have to go into details. Just
Yeah.
like briefly let everybody know. like,
Definitely, I'll definitely talk about mine because it's a weird, crazy story. So, I was 18 when I lost my virginity, of course. Everybody looks at me and like, there's no way you're 18 when you lost your virginity because, you know, you're like tattooed and sexy.
okay.
Oh, all right.
So, but yeah, no, I was 18 and I was dating this girl. I'm not going to say any names because it's not worth it. Anyways,
Okay.
I was dating this girl and I was kind of a rebel growing up in a way. And she invited me over and she's like, "You want to do it?" I'm like,
Just like that, like a dude.
You want to
"Yes."
do
You
it?
wanna do it?
And I'm like, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know yet. I'm 18. I don't know. And so, anyways, we got into it, and she lived in this house. It was technically a 1-story house, but they made it into a 2-story house.
Let me throw in there. She was a Mormon,
She
apparently.
was, yeah, she was. Which, I mean, nothing against Mormonism, but I was not religious at all. And so I walked in like a young 18-year-old would, and I was like, "Yeah, so what's going on? We hanging out or what? We're gonna watch a fucking movie or what are we gonna do?" She's like, "No, we're gonna have sex." I'm like,
Netflix and chill.
yeah, when Netflix didn't
I was
exist.
about to say that was before Netflix and chill.
So like, yeah, that happened, and this 1-story house was converted to a 2-story house. So her floor level was about 3 foot from the top of the roof of the house. So I was just like banging my head the whole time, hitting my head. I had lumps all over my fucking head
Great.
from hitting the roof joist or the ceiling rafter, whatever you call it. And yeah, everything was done. She's like, "You want to go again?" I'm like, no, not at all. I'm just gonna fucking leave. So I just got in my truck and left. It was the most awkward thing in the whole fucking world.
Oh, great. Well, obviously she thought it was a hell of a time because she wanted to go again.
Well, yeah, I guess, but it's. I mean, I guess it was like the best 5 seconds of her life, kind of thing. Because I mean, look at me.
Oh my god.
Oh,
You didn't look like you do now when you were that age. I'm
look,
sorry.
I look like a little kid, Brad Pitt. I was like a 12-year-old Brad Pitt, but 18.
Oh my god, no, absolutely not.
Okay,
Shaved
what
head.
color hair did you have? Were you shaved head or was it black?
No, it was a shaved head.
All right then.
Yeah, but I was in the military. I had to shave my head.
Wow.
Brief.
Brief.
Yeah, just a brief. If
Brief.
you don't want to talk about it, like just
Oh my
brief.
gosh. Mine was
Get close.
so. I don't want to say awkward, but mine was interesting because I had some. What is it called? Interests that I wanted to pursue, and I
Into
was,
some BDSM kind of stuff.
yes.
Okay.
And I was just like, nah, I'm like, fucking, let's get down, let's do this.
Yeah. No,
That's
you explained to them it's gonna be fucking hardcore. Hope you're ready.
You know, this is gonna be some hardcore BDSM shit, and it wasn't in it, but it because I didn't know what the fuck. I didn't
You
know
had
what I
all
was
these
doing.
thoughts in your head, like just
I
going
did.
through them.
But
and then,
you know,
like,
I was like what 22, I think, when I lost my virginity.
right.
You were that young?
Old, I would say.
That's not even
Some people are
old.
like 14, and I'm like, damn, bitch, I was
Right.
still wearing a SpongeBob shirt when I was 14. Like, I wasn't thinking about fucking sex or BDSM. Like, what the hell? But I was then, and so it was a strange experience with some BDSM and
Was it something that you would, I guess, picture beforehand? Like, did you have this picture in your head? You're like, man, this is gonna be some fucking crazy ass.
well,
shit.
yeah, but I think everybody has a picture in their head, like, of
Until
their
it
first
gets
time.
down to the nitty.
Yeah, and no matter like what you want or what you want to experience, I guess, or your interest, you have this like picture of your head, and you're like, my first time is going to be exactly like this. And then I feel like it never turns out that way.
No, not at
It
all.
doesn't. I mean,
I'm like that with everything in life. I'm like,
yeah,
man, this
as
is
your
just gonna be hardcore.
as your sexual experiences continue,
right.
that's when you start getting, I guess, like the experience or whatever, or start being comfortable and start venturing out to new things, and you're like, hell yeah, this is how it's supposed to be. But you just need to get that first thing over
The
with.
first thing over with.
Yeah, I feel like it's always going to be slightly awkward, even if you don't feel awkward down the road. I feel like it is, but I've always been super open-minded about everything, and you know, I'm like the rest of them out there reading some. Rest of the girls or the ladies out there reading some erotica.
I am one of those. Yes.
And
I'm not,
so
if y'all are wondering.
yeah,
I'm not
I
at
mean, we would
We're trying to get him to read those, by the way.
right.
No.
Read a lot of erotica in my time, and I was like, damn, I'm trying some of this shit.
Oh yeah, and sometimes your first experience never comes to like full like flower like in the
Yeah.
books do.
Yeah.
But anyways, we'll talk about that.
like in Disney movies or something.
Sex in Disney movies?
Okay, maybe not.
Not the same thing. Shouldn't be in the same area whatsoever.
Just start just bust out in song during
Right.
during the
Just around the riverbed.
middle. Oh my god. Okay, I think the next thing.
Well, yeah, mine quick brief.
Yeah.
I was-
Be quick about it.
I was 23 when I had my first male experience with sex, and I married him. But I mean, I dabbled. I dated females for a couple of years, and I mean, that was my only sexual experience, which is great, by the way. What? I love you too. Anyways, it's not, I'm very open minded.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I'm just fucking with it.
But I mean, yeah, sex should always be something to be
Excited.
it should
Yeah,
be
excited.
exciting and a new experience, and it's never going to be what you expect it to be in the beginning.
Yeah,
Never.
I mean,
No, and you
'cause
go in there guns blazing, and then you're awkward as fuck.
you last 10 seconds and you're like, well, there goes my guns blazing. And you're just like,
Well, that's for men, and then if you obviously none of you know anything about sex, so females, you're usually left in the dust with the whole like woo woo
Yeah.
experience.
yeah. And
and
you're just like, what happened here? I mean, that was a great 10 seconds or 30 or even 5 minutes. Some women take forever to, get to their mountaintop, so to say. And some men are just like,
was that a shot or what?
no, it wasn't a shot at all. some men are just like quick in bed, which is fine. I mean, that's all right. You just have to learn.
You have to learn the motion of the ocean.
That and like foreplay is important, extremely important.
Yes.
Oh, completely, especially for women.
Because if you don't have any like stimulation for men, then obviously nothing's going to happen.
Well, not
most
even
of the
that,
time.
but most women require a lot of foreplay.
To get where they're going.
Foreplay can mean anything, like
oral or
boob touching or oral or wax
kissing.
or
play,
it doesn't even have to be like physical. It can be like words. It can be just something to get the moment ignited.
Right. So I guess the biggest thing is just to be open-minded before sex. Let's talk about the after sex, about being open-minded about that kind of. If you were to, I guess my thoughts about that after sex is, don't ever tell a guy, "Oh, that was horrible." Don't do that anymore. I mean, it's okay to be honest, but be nice about it. Don't be like, "That was the most terrible sexual experience I've ever had in my life."
Oh yeah. Oh, you were too quick. I didn't even get mine. Yeah. I mean, of course.
Don't say that to men.
That's a shot. Like that's like
Because that's a huge self-esteem blow.
I mean, it's the same for women. If they give bad blowjobs or they mess around with your prostate wrong or whatever you're into.
Or they grab your balls too tight.
And end up hurting the fuck out of you.
Right, yeah. Or they bend your dick a little weird. I mean, whatever experience you've had. Like, I mean, never had that experience. But I'm just saying.
Right?
Yeah, and that type of... It goes into being comfortable. You have to... If it's just like a one-night stand kind of thing, you're not going to have time to be comfortable with somebody. You just kind of get in, get out, get done, Which
is definitely okay. If that's what you're into and that's where you're at mentally, like you don't want commitment and whatever, just as long as you're safe and you're having fun, whatever. Be comfortable. But if you're in a relationship, you want to start...
I guess we can start talking about being comfortable while you know your partner the most. We start talking about that. If you've known your partner for, even like a couple months, couple weeks, couple years, it's all about being comfortable. If you're uncomfortable, make sure you let your partner know. Don't just roll with it and hope it'll sort it out itself.
Yeah, I feel like that's the whole point of having great sex, is just by letting each other know what's good, what's bad, what's working, what we want to try, like things like that, because that's going to I feel like that makes all the difference. Yeah, I mean, that can make all the difference in just the relationship as a whole without even like talking about sex, just making a relationship better, because I feel like you guys would be more comfortable with each other to tell each other everything and let you know what's good and what's bad,
what's comfortable and what's not.
Yeah, communication is always key in everything. Relationships, work, friendship. Like, you have to let your partner know in any sort of situation what you're not comfortable with and what you're comfortable with. Like, I mean, Seth and I, we've talked about it a lot. Like,
yeah, if you're like into anal and your partner's not, just don't go full force into anal and expect them to be okay with that.
Right. I mean, they've never experienced it before, and you can't just like rush them into shit like that. That's very overwhelming emotionally and physically.
And painful in some circumstances.
Well, yeah, it's overwhelming. And so you just have to communicate with have to communicate with your partner. Like, that's really pretty much it.
But also, don't knock it before you try it.
True.
Because, I mean, if they want something, or if you want something and they're not willing, or you're not willing, like, I feel like do your research. Find out, like, what it is all about, because what you know and what it actually is, or what actually, like, goes on, could be different. You could experience it differently. And a lot of things sometimes are really scary, and but... That's where and overwhelming, but that's where being comfortable and trusting, like, you have to be able to trust your partner, yourself, to help you along the way. I mean, if you want to be open-minded, it's really fun if you do, though.
Yeah, just experimenting, and trying new things is pretty important to keep your sexual life healthy and on your toes and stuff like that. Because if you do the same shit over and over, both partners are gonna get fucking bored.
And honestly,
eventually.
They'll probably look for something else that's going to entice them, just like it did in the beginning of your relationship. Unfortunately, that's just how it is.
And some people are into that shit, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, being comfortable is a huge aspect of anybody. I mean, you're not gonna want to go into a sexual scene feeling uncomfortable. I mean, could you imagine that? Like going into sex being like, I'm not comfortable with my partner, and I don't want to do the things he does, but I'm kind of being forced to do the things he or she does. And I mean that's not healthy for anybody.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say forced. I would just say trying to compensate just to make them feel better and feel like this relationship wants to last. I feel like I wouldn't say forced, because forced is a very aggressive word.
It is. Yeah. I just didn't know what other word to say.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just wanted everybody to know that we're not forcing anybody to agree to anything. But I mean, if you're not comfortable, I mean, communication again is a big thing. Yeah. Like I mean, with the BDSM, like it's something you have to communicate with your partner no matter what. Like even if you set rules, set words, like you have to talk to them because it's an aggressive state of sex. I feel like you need to talk to your partner.
That's when safe words come into handy.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. If you're at your stopping point, like just so you don't freak out or like your partner freaks out because you're freaking out, it's a word and both of you understand that word. You both stop. Like it's just something you both agreed on. And it's, again, communication that you talk about.
Yeah. What do you got on that, Ariel?
What?
About safe words, BDSM, headspace. Being in the right headspace is extremely important.
Right. BDSM. I'm not an expert by any means.
But you've read a lot and you've studied a lot.
Oh, yeah. I have studied a lot of BDSM. Yes, I have. Because it's very interesting to me and I find it highly erotic.
See, I have not, because I'm the complete opposite. I'm vanilla kind of sex.
We both are. We both are very, not even going to say educated, but very interested, and we read and we look up and stuff like that. I mean, Seth is not.
Yeah, so educate me, educate the audience, whoever's listening.
Yeah. So BDSM in itself can stand for many things. Mostly it stands for bondage, discipline, dominance, submissive, masochist. What's the other one? Masochist. Sadist.
Sadist, yeah.
Along those lines is what it stands for. It's in the realm of everything that people feel like they don't want to talk about.
Yeah, it's the frowned upon.
Or they feel really uncomfortable when people bring it up, or you know, if somebody does bring it up, it's like a laughing matter, and it's, you know, some people are really into that, me. So
as well as me.
I take it really seriously, and it's an actual way of life, I almost want to say. And I'm kind of like the person where if I couldn't find somebody who would also want to dabble in BDSM, then it wouldn't work out for me, just because I feel like I couldn't not have that in my life. I feel like the people who do enjoy BDSM or interested in BDSM are people who have had a lot of, I don't want to say trauma, but
experiences in their life that they don't know how to, they don't know
how to explain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, I can say that I am pretty dominant in every aspect of my life. I'm super independent. I love taking charge of literally everything. We all know that. And I'm aggressively OCD sometimes.
Yes, she does. As someone who works with her, yes, she is.
Like I like to be at the right time at the right place, and I hold other people to those standards as well. And I feel like all of that together, you would think that I would be a dominant person in the bedroom, but I actually am not. I consider myself to be a submissive, and submissive meaning, so dominant would be a person
who has full control.
Yeah, who likes to be in control, wants to be in control. In the bedroom, it would be, you're dominating over your partner, and that's not an aggressive form. That is just you want control as regards to sex, and submissive meaning that you want to submit all of your control to a dominant. Like you don't want to have any responsibility really. And I feel like I am mostly submissive just because, like I said, I'm so dominant in every aspect of my life that it feels great when I have trust to let go of my dominance for just, that one reason, and not have to think about, what do I have to do next? Like my OCD kind of lets loose and
you just get kind of like nervous. Would you say you get kind of nervous?
Oh yeah, every time I feel like that's the only time I really do get nervous, because like I said, I am a dominant person, so I'd never get nervous. I'm not shy.
You're kind of going out of your comfort zone.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the point, but I love the feeling, because I could say that I am a masochist, and maybe that puts me right in the fitting for being a submissive, because I want to lose control.
Yeah.
I want to lose the sense of feeling that I don't have any control.
Yeah, but it's really hard to find partners that are willing to be dominant.
It is, yeah, or to do it the right way, or to do it the way you need. That comes back to like being comfortable, and a lot of communication. Like BDSM relationships have a lot of communication and do's and don'ts, and I mean physical lists that you have to make. You can make out. You don't have to, but you can make out, because it just depends on how far you want to take it. Like, what do you guys want to get into, and things like that. And so,
like, if you wanted to take it to your like everyday life, not just in the bed. Like if you wanted them to tell you what to do, what to eat, what to wear, which is totally normal. We'll get to the 50 Shades of Grey area, but
no, we can cover that next.
But yeah, you can even take it outside of the bedroom. I mean, for me, I am a dominant, which
is weird, because you're like 5 feet tall, 100
and I mean, obviously, it sounds like I'm fucking Minnie Mouse like on this mic right now, but I am I am a dominant. Like, I love being in control in the bedroom. Like, I want it my way. I want it a certain way. I want you to do the things that I want to do. And if you, I fluctuate. Like, it's okay. Like, I love it sometimes when Seth takes control, which is not a normal thing, because, I mean, he's my sub, which he probably doesn't want me to talk about this right now, but I am more of a dominant than he is, which is totally okay. You don't really hear that from a male's perspective, that he's a sub, like, at all, which he'll tell you all about that.
I feel like it's frowned upon to say that males can be submissive, but it's not. It's not at all. Like I just explained, it's all about something in your life that makes you feel the way you do, and until you experience this sort of relationship, you're never going to really understand which side you go through. And I mean, plenty of people out there can do both and are comfortable with both and love doing both, and that's okay as well. It's not always just, males have to be dominant because masculinity is dominant, and none of that shit is anywhere near BDSM. Like, there's plenty. So
you have to kind of forget all that when you get in the bedroom, and it's really hard for males. No, it really is. It's really hard for males, because
coming from my sub,
yeah, because you get in the bedroom, like Ariel was saying, like, you're fucking masculine. You want to take control. You want to get on top and blah blah blah. Like, you want to have control of the situation, and that's really hard to let go. And sometimes you just have to.
Yeah, but I say fucking try it. Like, try letting your female or other male dominate you. Like, just try it and just let loose and you know, be like, I trust you to do this, and I trust you to make both of us feel pleasure, and just see where it goes. And if you don't like it, that's fine. At least you tried it. But if you do fucking like it, that'll be a new experience for you, and you're gonna be like,
and it'll be like no other. I promise you.
He's telling the truth because he understands. Because we both have stepped out of that area with each other.
It did take some time. It's not going to happen right away.
It honestly
for most
did.
people.
We've been together for 4 years, married for 2. Like, I mean, and we're still learning things about our sex life that we do and don't like. But really, like, if you're a male, just let loose. Even a female, just let loose. And if you're comfortable with your partner, just try it. And if you don't like it, communicate with each other.
There's a lot of things that aren't taboo anymore.
No.
And you shouldn't think of them that way.
No, and especially if you have the right headspace and respect for your partner, and then afterwards, like the caring that you have for each other, especially the dominant with the sub, you need to make sure that they feel cared for and loved and coddled.
So would you compare it to 50 Shades of Grey kind of thing?
No, that's bullshit.
Well, let's talk about, so a safe word in BDSM would be... so if you guys are if you want to experience BDSM kind of relationship, and you want to take, like, say, like the dub sub
Dub sub. I like that. That's
dom sub way, you're gonna communicate, and the safe word's gonna be like, if you want to tie each other up, or you want to do any kind of like play,
if it's painful,
like
or
spanking, like flogging, like, I mean, it goes on and on. I have a whip that's made out of like beaded chain. I have a silicone whip. I have a riding crop, like a horse riding crop.
Like 50 Shades of Grey, it is great, but not just like 50
It is.
Shades.
And so, like, if you're in the middle of like a spanking and it gets too intense for you, is the safe word's going to be your no. So in BDSM relationships, no. This is where it gets a little shady for people, because no in a BDSM relationship does not mean no. Your safe word is the ultimate no. So if you're saying no in a BDSM relationship, that means softer. That means not as crazy. That does not mean stop.
Yeah, it also
Stop.
depends on the kind of ground rules y'all lay down before.
Well, that's what a safe word is.
Right,
like,
right.
And that's what a true BDSM relationship would be.
Exactly, and some some don't have to actually have a word, but some do green, yellow, or red, just like the lights. Like,
right.
Green is go, yellow, you might want to kind of slow down a little bit. Red is no.
That's pretty simple.
Yeah,
that's pretty easy.
That's
to
why
remember.
most BDSM relationships use that because there's no area, like there's no gray area whatsoever with those words.
Yeah,
Right.
because I mean, with BDSM, there should be no gray area. Like, it should be, this is this and this is this, and everything is planned out, because it's really an OCD. Like, it really is. That whole relationship is OCD, because everything needs to be planned
Perfect.
out and
It's gotta be perfect.
And talked about, and very, very talked about, tediously talked about, until you guys are comfortable with whatever plan you make up.
Yeah. Now, headspace is, it's hard to explain. It's a kind of trance, I would say, that you can...
That you experience? I guess?
That you can experience when you are playing. And so it's really hard the first couple times. Well, I shouldn't say couple times. It's really hard to find your headspace when you first try playing it.
Because you grow up, not really grow up, but you kind of go through life thinking that this is like a no-no zone. This shouldn't be happening right now.
And like I said, I consider myself a masochist, and I enjoy the pain with pleasure. And so when I like things, I kind of like them a little bit rough.
Right.
And so my headspace would be something that I make my mind go into to enjoy the pleasure and the pain without feeling really like physical pain, really, because you're not really feeling the physical pain about it. You're just feeling the pain, then enough pain to bring you to pleasure, if that makes sense. It's really hard to explain. And I mean, there's articles upon articles that you can get on Google, I'm sure, and look up Headspace and BDSM relationships. Like it literally is a trance. Like you, and once you are done with your play, you actually have to come down from Headspace, because
it's kind of like psychedelics.
Yeah, like you're in a fog, and that you need to come down, and that also is really helpful to have like your partner there, because they can help you come down from that trance as well.
Yeah, and that's where the self-caring comes from, which I love. Like when I'm being very dominant with my partner, I love to make them feel loved. And like, I mean,
why do you have to say partner? Why can't you say husband?
Okay, fine. My husband. I don't want to embarrass you.
No, it's all right.
I don't want to embarrass you, but I mean, I love the self-care that I give him when everything's over with, especially when I know in the beginning.
You kind of pump me up.
Yeah, like in the beginning, like when he feels very uncomfortable, and then when we're actually doing it, he's in that headspace that Ariel was just talking about. And then when he comes down, like I want him to know that he is not any less of a man. He's physically okay, that I love him no matter what. Everything that we did was because of what we enjoyed.
Yeah.
We were comfortable with what we talked about and everything else like that. Like even if it's like running a bath after we have sex, or cuddling, or going to watch a movie and cuddling, or doing something together, knowing that everything we've been through, like even if it's very dominating and very aggressive, that we are still together. Like it's not just aggression and not negative. It's all positive afterwards.
Yeah.
So would you say like 50 Shades of Grey portrayed that nicely? Like the movie, books, whatever?
I will tell you that 50 Shades of Grey is not a good representation of a BDSM relationship.
But
I mean,
I
are
agree.
some aspects...
What about the older generation, like that are just kind of getting into this, kind of discovering, because they've always thought it was taboo to do stuff like that.
Well, I mean,
and they're
reading books like 50 Shades of Grey, which they don't have any research of actual BDSM. This is just a book someone read about BDSM.
Yeah.
Right.
And are some aspects... I mean, true, yes. I would say they are, but I just... people think that... Because of 50 Shades of Grey, people think that BDSM is some rich guy that's going to come along and sweep you up and fucking beat you with a cane. Like,
and
no.
spoil you at the end of it.
No, that's not what it's about at all. That's a book. It's a fantasy. It's... No.
Which is a great book. I mean, we're not knocking it. We both love that book, but...
it's not something you should set your life and your practices
if you were trying,
Exactly.
if you were trying to experience any kind of BDSM relationship, do not go to a book like 50 Shades of Grey and get your research.
Yeah,
or
go to your partner.
information.
Go to your partner and
Do
research your partner.
Do that. I mean, research individual things. Look up BDSM relationship. Look up the different varieties of it. Look up a bunch of things. Do your research. Talk to each other. Find out what you want to do. Order some fucking toys online.
And honestly, you might not know this. It might be a very shocker for some people, but there are sex clubs out there. Mm-hmm. And they can teach you. They're not going to push you to do anything that you don't want to do, but there are sex clubs out there that can actually teach you what real BDSM is.
Right.
I had a manager that I used to work with, not going to name names, but she probably knows who she is if she ever listens to this. She has, her husband and her go to many sex clubs, and she has told me many sex clubs in this area where we live in that they don't force you to do anything that you're not comfortable with. And all of them are comfortable if you want to join in with any of their what's
activities.
the word? Not even activities. I would say
Role plays?
Yeah, role plays that they're doing right in that moment. Like crack another one, Seth. Anyways, but yeah, 50 Shades of Grey, me personally, is not something you should go based.
You shouldn't
off
reference
of.
off
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, and I feel like that's where the contracts come in too. Like when people are like, "Oh my god, there's a contract." Okay, like if you're just a normal person out there trying to get your fucking kicks and some different shit, like no, there's no contracts. I mean, the clubs and the stuff like that where where I feel like you need to cover your ass just in case, you know, you do have a wonder that comes in there and takes it wrong. That's where you're going to need like some kind of like contract that you need to sign and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's pretty uncommon.
Yeah, I mean, Seth
that's
and I.
over my realm because I've never done any of like the club scene thing, so I don't know anything about that.
Which you and I need to go to just so we can just look, Seth.
Well,
calm down, just
no, I'm calm.
just to look like.
So
but
it's gonna go with us.
I know he is going to go with us.
I'm gonna be I'm gonna be wearing sunglasses all the time, so I'm invisible.
No, you're not. You're going to be fucking wearing assless chaps.
Well, if you get an erection, just don't let me see it. 'Cause I do not want to see that.
I definitely want to see that. No, hell no. Nope. I want to see
I don't want
that.
to see that. I'm just the best friend. Okay.
No, we're not. We're a throuple.
So.
But no, I mean, Seth and I, we don't really have a contract. I mean, we have a contract because we're married. But other than that,
contract of marriage, if you're wondering.
But I mean,
you guys communicate.
We do communicate. Sometimes it makes Seth uncomfortable with communication because I mean he's not very open. And I mean, obviously, I had sex with him for the first time, the male sexual penetration, when I was 23. So, and I married him. But I mean, we don't have a contract. I mean, I kind of would like one just to try.
I knew I should have made you sign that prenup.
Shut the fuck up. You didn't have money.
I should have wrote that shit.
Okay, don't get started with these people. Okay, you didn't have money when we started. Anyways, but yeah, we don't have a contract. We don't start all that crazy shit, and he's not rich or anything like that. I was the one who got him into it, which I'm still trying to get him into it, which is not a bad thing.
Battle. Yeah, it's still a battle.
I mean, I'm
Mentally.
trying to get him to be more dominant as well. But I mean, it's just a give and take. If he's not comfortable, then I'm not comfortable.
Yeah, and be okay with your partner not being comfortable with it. Don't force them to ever do anything because that's when serious shit starts happening. Like if you force them to do something like, oh no, you're gonna fucking say what I want to do.
You don't love me enough if you don't do this. Blah, blah, blah.
Know
Yeah,
when
don't
you're
both agree on
playing
that.
and know when you're not playing.
Exactly.
That's the most important thing. Like know when when you guys are playing and know when you're not. If you don't want to take your relationship outside of, well, I mean your play outside of like your sex time, then that needs to be known. Like if you don't want to be dominated, like while you're at work, that needs to be known.
Like Ariel. So which things we're making comfortable, like with, I mean, my husband probably wouldn't want to be known of this, but I mean, he should because most men should be comfortable with this. Prostate stimulation is a very key in most men's, like, sexual, like, that's just what they like. Like, I'm sorry, it's just hard. I mean, I know he doesn't want to be.
It's been named like the male G-spot.
Right, yeah, and it's not. Some men feel unmasculated, like they feel like their balls are cut off because they like it. They like having that spot stimulated.
Or they feel like they're gay. I don't know where people got this from, that if you stimulate your prostate, that makes you gay. It doesn't. It 100% does not make you gay.
I mean, if you're gay, you're gay. If you're not, you're not. I mean, it's really hard for people to look past that.
But if you are heterosexual and you are married to somebody or you're in a relationship with a female and you don't ever try prostate stimulation, I'm sorry, but you're missing out. Like, because that is literally the male's clitoris. I mean, everybody thinks the tip of the penis is, or the side of the penis, wherever part of the penis. The whole penis. The whole penis. Is the clitoris, but it's really not until you try prostate stimulation. Like your mind's gonna be fucking blown. You're gonna be like, damn, like quit touching my penis.
Right.
Touch something else that you know where it's at. I mean, I know I'm throwing you under the bus, Seth, and you don't want to talk about it because it's
still a gray area,
right?
For masculinity and shit like that,
right? But
just like what Ariel was saying,
yeah. I brought it up to him, like, when we first started dating. Like, I mean, I dabbled with him with it a little bit, and he was just like, oh, well, yeah, but he even had a conversation with me afterwards with the self-care. He was just like, does that make me gay? No, it doesn't make you gay just because you like that. It's something that's a part of your body that apparently just what you believe in, God or whatever, it gave you that. It's just what you have, and it makes you feel good.
I think y'all should talk about where the prostate is.
Yeah.
It's definitely in your asshole. It's between your actual asshole and your balls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where your gooch. I guess if you would like stick your
taint,
hand,
gooch,
your
chode,
taint. Like if you
whatever.
didn't stick your fingers in his asshole,
There is still a spot there between your butt.
The taint. And if you push far enough, not inside, like actually inside of him, his taint, he feels it and he likes it. That's why most men fuck with their taint. It's because that's where it's at. But if you do anal with a man, obviously they feel it and that's where it's at. And they enjoy it. And that's where their male G-spot is. I'm air quoting.
Like if you, like I've done research on it, if you go in like an inch or two, you'll feel like a walnut size organ, I guess. Is prostate an organ?
Yeah.
You'll feel that, and that's your actual prostate. And that's when you should, I mean, for women or men or whatever, that's where you should massage and kind of keep that going.
It's definitely not for women. That is not where we get our stimulation from. It's only for men.
Yeah, because women, if nobody knows this, women don't have prostates. That's a male thing only.
Yeah.
I mean, anal for women can be super sexual as well. It's not a bad thing either. But we just don't have prostates, so we don't really experience it like men do.
No, and I mean, I'm just saying, like, if males like their prostate played with or anal, go for it. Like, that's just what they like. If you're not comfortable with it, go with whatever you're comfortable with. But most men, if they say they don't like it, they most likely do, and they've experienced it.
Or they've never experienced it. Or if they've never experienced it, like they've never tried it. The prostate, if you are by yourself and you want to find your prostate, just either, like she said, stick your finger, push on your taint next to your asshole, closest to your asshole, and you will feel a stimulation there. Or stick your finger in about an inch or two and push downwards. Yeah. Or, down towards your taint, and you will also feel it. Or just don't knock it till you try it.
Exactly.
Talk to it about your partner, or have your, or if your partner talks to you about it, like don't be like, oh, I'm not a fag. Like that's derogatory.
That's very derogatory, and please don't push what they feel comfortable with sexually just because you haven't tried it. That's where Seth and I started too, is he kind of knocked it before he tried it, and I tried it on him, and obviously it got where he wanted it to be. And it's something that we don't do it regularly. We work and we have a son, so it's not something we do every night, but it's something we do because it's something that he likes. Just like when he goes down on me, he licks my clitoris and he gets me where I need to go, because I'm that type of woman that doesn't I just can't get off by penetration. Like, it's something that I can't do.
And a lot of females actually don't get off from penetration. I feel like it's almost a rarity to
be able to do that.
Yeah, to have an orgasm, as a female, to have an orgasm.
Some women are like that. Some women have multiple orgasms through penetration.
That's true, yeah. It's just how it is, and how, again, going back to talking with your partner and seeing what feels right, and not just having. So would
you say the G-spot was this big magical area that scientists are still in a gray area about proving if it's true or not?
The G-spot, on a female?
Yeah. Some scientists are like, oh, it doesn't exist, and others are like, oh, yeah, it definitely exists.
Well, so I feel like everything that I've read, G-spot and clitoris are two different places.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's what
I've heard that, through the vagina, a couple inches and up would be where the G-spot lays for a female. And I've also heard some people say the G-spot is the clit if you get it right, if you diddle it right.
Yeah, if you flick that bean right.
Oh my god! But I mean, who knows? I feel like that is a gray area. Like I feel like there's going to be an ongoing battle,
argument,
between
debate.
if G-spot and clit are the same thing or if they're really different. For me personally, don't think I've really experienced the whole like G-spot in the vagina,
right? From intercourse,
yeah,
kind of thing.
Let's do some anatomy real quick, though.
Yeah, I'm down.
Because
I mean, I don't know shit about it. Cause
I feel like a lot of people don't know where things are, and if you don't know where things are, that'll help you. So we told you where the prostate is. You know, you got your penis.
You got your little walnut in there,
and below the penis. Or attached to the penis,
is your
you got
taint
some balls.
Yeah.
How about?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I skipped that.
You did skip the balls. And then on the other side of the balls is the taint or gooch, or there's 20,000 other names for it. It is the
chode or fun bridge or something.
It is the random, and we're talking about males right now. It is the random spot that is between your balls and your asshole. And that's pretty much all of the anatomy you need to know about males, because those are the only things they really have.
Yeah, pretty much.
The females, where it gets more complicated, I think, and where, like, I don't know if it's just younger guys. I mean, I've heard of some older guys that don't really know a lot of female anatomy, even though they getting up in it.
Because they don't care. Like, they don't care.
No, really. Like, where's the hole?
Yeah, it's because of that generation. In and out. Let's reproduce.
Pretty much just lay there and take it.
So, okay, so the vagina is actually, it's actually one slit, okay, from the top of your pubic bone, which is where your vagina opening, or not vagina opening, sorry, where your lips start, your labia, and then goes all the way down to your butthole, and it's one big crack, okay? If you open it...
I like your I like your visual going.
My
on
hand
now.
gestures right now.
Yeah, I can't see it, but it's awesome.
So inside of your labia, or your lips would be on top is going to be your clit, and that's going to be on top of your vagina hole, and then right underneath your clit, right next to the vagina hole, is going to be your urethra. Yeah. And a lot of people mistake your urethra for your clit, which is
not the same. Not the same
thing.
And don't stick your finger in it.
No, if you can stick your finger in your urethra, like, you got to go to the doctor.
Yeah,
you definitely do.
That woman needs to go straight to the doctor, because that is not possible.
Yeah, that is a tiny hole. It is about like 3 millimeters, maybe.
It's possible.
It is possible. It is possible. But
dang, that's called a catheter.
Most women don't like it, because I had a procedure and I felt like I had to pee. And I was burnt. Anyways.
Yeah, okay, so... And a lot of men think that you pee out of your vagina hole, which is incorrect. Yeah, your vagina is not the entire thing. Your vagina is only the hole, okay? Right underneath your clit and your urethra, you're going to have your vagina hole. And it is a canal, okay? That is the only part that is technically your vagina. And then right under that, you're going to have your taint or your gooch, but it is also inside of your fold. And then you have your asshole. And that is the anatomy for female and male, if you did not know. But
yeah, and
find the clitoris, men.
That kind of goes into the sexual unknown.
No, but for real, like, you need, if you're not willing to go down on a woman, but if she can get pleasure by penetration, all for it, whatever. But if your woman can't, and she obviously they're not communicating with you, but you can obviously see that they're not doing it and they're faking it, you need to step up, or you need to find somebody else. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and just talk with your partner as well. Either you or don't talk to your partner. I mean, just do it, but you're either going to, if the female cannot get off during penetration, then you need to talk about
clitoris stimulation.
Well, either that, or let me get you off before.
Oral sex.
Or let me get you off right after. Like, it's not the bad thing about most men is that it's just kind of like, oh, I fucking came, so obviously you did too. And
so I'm done.
Me.
Yeah, no, don't be like that. I mean, if you, as a male's perspective, don't be like
who is married to a woman who can't get off on penetration.
Yeah, whatever. Anyways, I'm talking here. So, as a man, if you get yours, be like, I'm extremely. I guess I feel really bad if I just get mine and she doesn't get hers, kind of thing. And if I'll continue to do whatever it takes for her to get hers at the end of everything, if she's alright with that. If she's not too tired, kind of thing.
All right, I used to work 1,000,000 hours. Don't even start with me.
But you have to continue to, I don't know, just please your woman, and don't just like after you get off be like, okay, it's done, sex is over,
Time for bed.
yeah, time for bed, time for cuddles.
No. You communicate. Like, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, because then what ends up happening is that you roll over and fall asleep, and she's still there fucking diddling her bean after you guys just had fucking sex. Like,
Yeah,
Watching porn by herself, sadly, listening to you fucking snore next to her. Like, or finding somebody else who's going to stimulate her. Yeah. Not saying that all women do that, but I'm just saying in the end, most women do that.
Yep, they do. An orgasm is a grand thing, I feel like, for both sexes.
It's like the grand finale.
For both sexes. I feel like with women it's so interesting because, obviously a penis when males come, it's like a it's like a pulsation in their penis, and you can feel it. And with some people don't know this, but with females it is also a pulsation. And if you were to I guess feel the clitoris whenever a woman does have her orgasm, it will pulsate. And sometimes it's a large pulsation.
Yeah, and then sometimes, I mean, if they're really good at what they're doing, it rolls. Like, you're constantly just going and going and going and going, and it's just like not a throb, but like a good throb where you're just after one after another after another after another. I mean, it's not the same as like with men. And we're done.
What was that noise?
Oh my
God.
That's perfect.
But I feel like I got it down. But anyway, but I mean, it's not the same as a man. It's not just like, oh yeah, shoot my load and then I'm done.
Ew, shoot my load.
Do you think does that tie into sexual unknown and?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
whatever that is.
Like some people just don't know, and then there's just some things like people just go into, like BDSM, or you just have to communicate. Like some people just like I don't know, like if you and I, like if I had real like hardcore daddy issues. I mean, yes, I have daddy issues, but like real hardcore daddy issues, like I would want you to be my daddy, and I'd be a little girl.
Right.
Like, I would want you to treat me like a little girl, and I need to be punished.
Yeah. So, like, sexual unknowns would be, like, the daddy little girl, the mommy little boy, the furries.
Like I'm packing my bag to go to daddy's house.
I mean, there's one where people dress up as, like, horses. I mean, there's a
what? Horses?
Yeah,
latex and
it's like a fetish basically. So I mean, daddy little girl is gonna be, daddy little girl. A lot of people do not like this because they think that it is
pedophilia.
Yeah,
is
like pedophilia.
Pedophilia.
Which
is not okay. I don't give a fuck who you are.
Not at all. Okay. And some people like these relationships, and that's it. It is what it is, and I get where they're coming from because it does. I feel like to me it pushes
the limits.
The boundaries. But basically, you have some insecurities or whatever it is, and that's with all BDSM really. Like, there's always some kind of underlining issue.
Yeah, there's always some sort of compensation that you need, and some people do it with sex.
Yeah, and daddy little girl does not mean that there is a little girl involved.
A physical dad with a little girl.
If you're doing that, you're a fucking
that's
psycho.
Not it. This is strictly two consensual, non-related adults.
Non-related?
Okay.
What are you talking about? Non-related?
Non-related.
Non-related adults. Okay. have a consensual relationship, and this is what they want. There is a daddy little girl would be like, the dad wants to be the dominant figure, the little girl wants to be the submissive, and they didn't have a great childhood, and they felt like they never really got to act like a child in their childhood. They had to grow up early, or whatever the issue is. They feel repressed back to their childish natures, and that's what it is. And so
I've never understood that.
They enjoy acting like a child, and because I don't know, it pleases them to act like a child and to get taken care of. Now, when I don't know a lot about this, but I think, when their stuff turns sexual, it's no longer like, I feel like it's really no longer like, oh, I'm fucking a kid. Like, no, gross.
Right.
Yeah, no.
It's two adults doing what they need to do to stimulate themselves.
Right.
Like it's play and then sex. Like I feel like most people don't understand that. Like it's
I feel like we
role
should give
play?
a trigger warning a little.
I mean, yeah, I mean
No,
it is.
yeah, it
I mean
is,
it is
because-
because I mean it's kind of trigger warning for me because I'm not comfortable with it. Me and my dad have no sort of
We don't need to get into that.
We don't, but we have no sort of relationship. We have a very, very negative, nasty past in
But
my eyes.
Like we were saying, if it's two consensual adults,
It is two adults
Daddy,
doing what they
daddy
want to
and
do, but
shit
it's
like that.
role playing and then sex. It's
Right.
not actual.
all that. I feel like all that goes out the window when it comes to that situation.
Right. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a moment where it actually becomes sexual that it's not an actual daddy little girl kind of situation. It's the same with mommy little boy situation.
Yeah, the mommy little boy is just a dominant female, a dominatrix, if you will, and a male that is a submissive that, again, wants to repress back to childish tendencies, but they are both consensual adults.
Right.
On to the next, because I feel like that
Yeah.
those relationships make me uncomfortable.
Yeah. There's not. I mean,
It makes a lot of people uncomfortable, which
if you're into that, cool. If
yeah,
you're
go
not,
go
cool.
for it because
Just
there's
make sure it's consensual
And make
all
sure
that.
you're doing it the right way. I mean, don't cross.
Make sure you communicate. Communication's a
Yeah,
huge
communication.
thing. with
yeah,
that.
that's what sex is all about is communication.
And do your research if you like things like that. Just don't cross anything that's
Don't cross any lines that you shouldn't be
like,
yeah,
because then
for
it's
sure.
But
Then you just go in that little black area where nobody fucking wants to talk to you.
Exactly,
And situations
and then
become
you're a fucking weirdo.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, so let's talk about porn and committed relationships. Seth,
Self-made porn.
yeah,
and
no.
all
What do you think about porn and
So,
committed
I
relationships?
think porn is definitely okay. It's not, some people think about, some people think of it as cheating kind of way. Don't think of it like that because you're not physically.
wait, let's
cheating.
get one thing right. Watching porn, go for it.
Is not cheating.
But no, it's not cheating. But the minute you start paying for fucking porn,
Oh yeah,
that is when we're going to have a fucking issue.
yeah, I still don't think it's cheating. I would definitely never do
paying
it.
for porn.
Yeah, no, it's not cheating.
I mean, once you start
I mean-
paying for porn, I've known some guys to pay like upwards to $500 for fucking porn.
Yeah, that's insane. I would never do that. That's disgusting.
So
But-
paying for porn is not okay.
No, I mean it's not okay, but not in my eyes, financially wise.
Okay, but that's
But-
So
like,
if you had
okay, so
the-
if you
the
had
financial means,
yeah, if
you
you
would-
had
No, I
$500
wouldn't.
to
you would
spend.
pay for
Because-
porn,
Because I don't think it's worth it, honestly, because I'm married. My wife is hot, sexy,
She's okay.
whatever. So paying for porn is not a bad thing, but
Is there like a money limit to you, or
No,
just
no,
no
there's
money
no-
limit whatsoever?
If
I
you-
think when it comes to relationships, paying for porn is bad. Like that's just what I
no,
think.
I think if you
because-
talk about it with your partner, then it's not bad.
Okay, if you talk
You
about
know.
it with your partner, but if you're doing it willy nilly
Yeah,
without your
if you're
partner,
doing it behind their back, anything you do behind your partner's back is fucking terrible.
Yeah,
You know?
like
You
if
should at
you're-
least
if you're
communicate
gonna-
with somebody
yeah.
and talk to them about it.
if you're gonna pay for porn, you want to fucking
Which there are some couples that actually do watch porn together. So I mean,
Yeah.
paying for porn together is okay.
That's a different situation.
Yeah,
but if
but
you're just trying to get fucking horny one night and your fucking lady's not around or your man's not around or
I think it's
somebody's not around and you just pay for, I don't even know how paying for porn works. Never done it. But if you like pay for a video, I guess, or a picture or whatever just to get that done and you don't turn around the next day or as soon as you can and be like, hey, shit, turns out I paid for a video or some porn to your fucking significant other, I feel like that's where you cross the fucking line.
Yeah, but I don't think it's...
Because if you do it once, you're gonna do it again.
I mean, I agree. Like, Seth and I are married, but I mean, if he started actually paying for porn, I think I would start feeling uncomfortable. But I mean, free porn, go for it. Like, go for it. Like, sometimes I can't give him what he needs, and if he needs it somewhere else, but not physically somewhere else, but just visually somewhere else, I'm okay with. Yeah. If he's not physically diddling somebody else, I'm okay with. But if he's just watching it, diddling himself, I'm 100% okay with. Because sometimes I am not emotionally or physically ready to give him what he needs. Because I've either worked all day or I'm just mentally just not there.
But I feel like also, if it becomes a habit, I feel like that's also crossing a line. Because if you're having to constantly watch porn, if you're having to if you're in a relationship or whatever, and you're having to constantly watch porn while your partner's around or while your partner's not around, then there's something wrong, and I think that's when you cross the line of it being okay and not okay.
Yeah, but like paying for porn, I don't think it's like cheating or necessarily a bad thing, but it's definitely not the right way to go about things. If you were to pay for porn, great. But if you were... I mean, you get the same shit for free. If you pay for porn and your partner's not okay with it, don't keep doing it. Like, don't fucking keep doing it. I've never paid for porn because that's fucking weird to me. There's so many free references out there.
And I'm happy he said shit like that because I'd punch him in the face right now. But I mean, that's where communication comes at it. Like, if they have to start paying for porn, maybe both of you need to start looking at your sexual life just a little bit different.
You start experimenting when it comes to that. Make some self-made porn.
Prostate simulation too.
Well, that too. But if you made some self-made porn, I mean, you're covered on all aspects of it because you're watching the porn that you made with your partner.
Right, yeah. I mean, Seth and I, we've done it. I would probably say maybe like less than a handful of times. But, I mean, it's nice to see, like, when I want to get hot and heavy and he's not home and I have to go to work and whatever. And I just want to get a little, before I go to work.
A little bean flicking done.
Right, a little bean flicking done before I go to work. I mean... There's his dick and there's what. Like, I mean, it's nice knowing that we made this together and it's hot and sexy, just like porn is.
It just kind of makes you excited about the next time you and your partner have something going on together.
Yeah. It's called delayed gratification. And
exactly.
It's
That's
one of my favorite things on the entire planet.
Yeah, I mean, it just gets you so enticed and so hot. Like, it just... Like, just watching it, not even diddling your bean or jacking off, like, just watching you and your partner get at it. Like,
it's a beautiful thing.
It gets you so excited for the next time you're going to get at it. Like, even if it's a couple days from now or tonight. Hopefully tonight. But,
calm down.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's just so exciting to be enticed by whoever you're having sex with, married, in a relationship, or one night stand. Like, it's just nice.
Yeah, so I think porn is okay. If
to
guys
an extent for me.
To an extent, yeah. If you're watching every fucking day, all day, then you have a problem. You have to talk to somebody for that.
If you're paying over $500 or any kind of money for porn,
anywhere near $100, I mean $50, I don't give a shit. Like $7.99, all right, once in a while, but
once in a while.
But if you're paying anywhere over, I don't even $7.99.
$7.99. She's stuck at $7.99.
Right, because
talk to somebody about it. If you have a problem,
I don't know. That's just not worth it. Think of all the things that you can pay that you can get with that money besides fucking porn.
Yeah, if you have a porn problem, just talk to somebody about it. If you need to, talk to your partner about it. Talk to a counselor or whatever. But I don't think
think about all the toys you and your partner could fucking have spending all that money on porn.
For real.
Exactly.
Like, that's my biggest thing. Like, you could be fucking creating that porn right now with your partner if you didn't spend all that much money on watching other people do it.
Sure.
And if you are going to make self-made porn, you just need to be wary of the cloud. Okay?
Yes. Don't save your shit to
Don't save your shit to the cloud. Seth knows that.
Because
we're safe.
Once, and if you don't know what the cloud is
then Google that shit.
Yeah, Google it. It is the abyss, okay? Once things are on the cloud, it is nearly impossible
to take it off.
You
can see deleted messages, deleted pictures, deleted videos, everything.
Everything is... The cloud is like...
And it'll transfer
where
to
things go to never die.
It'll transfer to your new phone, if you're wondering.
It will.
Oh, just like that video of the girl who put her nudies on Snapchat, but she didn't realize it was on her story.
Oh.
Until an hour later.
What's her Snapchat handle?
Bitch, I'll kill you.
So, let's get into condoms or no condom size brands.
That's all you, Seth?
Yeah, no. So
since we ain't got no dicks.
No dicks.
My view of condoms, it's a weird thing that I think of.
You better tell them the truth.
No, if you're married, I don't think you should use condoms. Like, I really don't.
Get your ass on fucking birth control, or get you a fucking...
or learn your pull-out game.
Learn your
I mean, Seth and I, we've been married for 2 years, together for 4 years.
I bet on last time we used condoms. I mean, we used condoms, but
I'm
just
on
to get rid of them.
Yeah, but I'm on birth control, and I'm 100% being okay on birth control because, I mean, we're not emotionally or financially ready to have a kid yet.
Right, and
we're not fucking stupid.
And please make sure the condom fits. If you have a small dick, get a small condom. If you have a big dick,
quit buying the magnums.
Yeah, if
you're just lying to yourself.
If the shoe fits, fucking do it. So, anyways,
wear it. You mean?
Yeah, wear it, do it, whatever.
All right. So, do you prefer? I don't know any brands of condoms.
Let me get into this article real quick. So, I read this article, and so. This dude obviously had a condom that was way too big for him. And he showed it with magnums and shit like that. Like, oh, I got a big dick. She's going to be surprised.
Lies.
Whatever. She's going to be surprised that I have a big penis and all this. So.
From dick to penis?
Yeah, whatever. I'm trying to be subtle.
No, we are talking about clitorises and dicks. Just say dick.
So anyways.
Anatomy. Okay.
So if you have a condom that's way too big, it can get stuck in a woman.
Yes.
In a woman.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've never had that experience before.
It can get stuck in there, and that is not a good thing because imagine if you put... I guess if you put like a fucking marble inside a garden hose, try to get that shit out. It doesn't fucking work.
Marble in a garden hose.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just trying to think of
that's a vagina, guys.
Yeah, a garden hose.
So don't be pumping away and
doesn't stretch or anything.
Yeah, you're not
no whatsoever.
You're not gonna know that your condom fell off until after the fact.
Which I feel like you should know, at least a little bit. If
you're hot and heavy and in the moment, you won't fucking feel it. It's never happened to me. So if you are thinking this happened to me,
you sound like it's happened to you.
No. So I read this article of this girl that got a condom stuck in her, and she was like, "Oh my god!" So it ended up getting infected.
Well, yeah, because she probably didn't go to the fucking doctor right away.
No, probably not. So
what, did she know that she had a condom stuck in her though?
She kind of, I don't know. I feel like she kind of, I feel like she kind of realized that it didn't happen to me. Chill out. But I was reading this article, and the dude got the condom stuck in her. I read so many random ass articles.
Oh my god.
And
you know what I'm talking about.
No. Anyways. So it, I mean, yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, that's disgusting. So,
oh my god.
I wish this was a live feed.
In a minute,
so I could see.
Right. In a minute. Yeah. In a minute, he's gonna explain what we're laughing at.
I will. Just let me get there. So don't wear a condom that's way too big because it'll slip off and end up inside the woman's vagina, and they gotta fish that shit out.
And you definitely will not get a call back.
No.
Yeah, and don't wear them too tight either because
it'll cause circulation.
I was about to say your blood is already so constricted.
Yeah.
When you're hard, that's just. I feel like that would be painful.
With Kristen making her or Mousy, sorry.
Yes, Mousy or Kristen, whatever you want to call me. It's
So
okay.
with her,
or you can make your own name up for me.
Betch.
with yeah,
That one
that's
too
it.
works. Or cunt.
So with her making the motion that she did, since we're not on live feed,
Dun
we're
dun
only-
dun dun.
I saw this video of this dude just straight up like jabbing away of this girl inside her vagina,
Like
just-
Rocky.
Yeah,
Dun,
like Rocky, just boom, 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 boom,
dun,
boom, just
dun.
going inside her vagina.
Yeah, and if you don't know what he's talking about, like punching, like a punching bag into somebody's vagina.
Yeah.
Or if you want to know the real term, fisting.
Yes.
Fisting.
But
Okay, but where did you find said?
I'm not gonna name the website for copyright issues, but just know that it's out there. The video is out there.
It's a spoof, right? Like
Yes.
a spoof website.
No,
Oh.
kind of, not really. I don't know.
You'll probably find it if you actually want to
If you're
look.
interested
If
in
you're
looking for it.
really interested about what we're talking about.
Yeah, but he
Dun-dun-dun.
randomly told us this one day, and we were like, "What the
Dun-dun-dun.
fuck are you
Yeah, I
watching?
know.
What
Yeah,
the hell?"
I still have yet to show them the video.
I don't
No,
want to
I
see
don't
it.
wanna
see
We're
it
okay.
either.
We're-
I will
No,
find
no,
it.
no.
Jesus Christ.
So
As a females with vaginas, no, thank you.
So condom wise, if you're definitely just meeting the first girl or just meeting her for the first time, definitely wear a condom. Be protective. Don't be fucking stupid.
Do you like ridged ones or like stimulate like hot?
Honestly,
cold?
in that moment, it does not fucking matter.
You can't really tell. Like you don't
No,
focus on
not
shit like
not
that.
in my eyes. I mean, I feel like it's all for the women.
I mean, no, I wouldn't say that because I've used several different kinds of condoms in my life, and they all felt completely the fucking same, foreign.
Exactly.
I agree. Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, I don't
Okay.
really have much
Like
like
I felt at
dick
that point,
experience.
I felt like at that point when you do use condoms, I feel like it almost like you have to use lubricant to get past the latex feeling of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that was for me, anyways.
Yeah,
I could feel the fucking latex.
As far as like brands go, it doesn't matter the brand as long as you have a protective barrier between you and said partner. Even if you met them forever, or if you don't want to have a kid, wear a fucking condom. You know.
Dad at 22.
Yeah.
I love his son. Just so you know, like he is my own. But I'm just saying.
So, what do y'all think about after sex wise cuddling? Is it
I think we kind of touched up on
breathing?
that. Like,
Did we?
yeah, I mean,
But can I say what I think about cuddling?
Yeah. Go
oh
ahead.
my God, she doesn't
course.
like female, any kind of
Female?
touch, female, male, any kind of touch whatsoever
I-
from human.
Okay, that's a bit aggressive.
No, it's not.
Every once in a while, I like to have some human interaction, okay? I'm not a big cuddler. And, like, if I do want to cuddle, it's going to be for, not very long. It's going to be kind of like until I get comfortable and then get the fuck away from me.
I mean, Seth and I are kind of the same way. Like, I mean, we both, as tiny as I am, because obviously I sound like I'm a fucking child. So, yes, I am tall. Like, I mean, I'm short. Like, I'm 5 even. I'm skinny, 108 pounds. But, I mean, I sweat. Like, I start to sweat. Like, when I start, like,
you're just getting comfortable.
getting to, like, comfortable, falling asleep. Like, Seth and I, like, we start to sweat. So, like, we don't really cuddle that, like, long.
Yeah.
As you think.
And I
we
don't know,
would.
I just don't like I feel like a lot of people, when they do cuddle, and I mean, after sex, like, watching a movie, doing, I don't know, whatever you are, and you're, like, cuddling or doing the motion of cuddling, like, I feel like
Yeah.
people tend to do this thing, and it irritates the crap out of me where they, like, run their fingers places. Like
what
brush your hair, or
Oh,
like,
no, stop touching me.
or like, put your hair behind your ear, or like up and down your arm, or like on your hand. I don't like any of that stuff. It irritates the crap out of me because I feel like that's all I can focus on, and it's not a good thing.
But for me, like, didn't you do enough touching during sex?
That's what I'm saying. Like, enough to where, like, we both come down from the experience, and we both comfortable, and now I'm tired, and now you need to get the fuck away from me before I punch you in the face.
Right, like you have already like told your partner they're great, they're loving, depending on what kind of like sexual experience you just had, like dominant, sub, like it just like depends, or like a normal asexual relationship. Like,
But I'm just a different all around breed of person anyways, because I don't I don't like hugging. I don't like
I force her to hug me all the time.
touching. I don't want to hold your hand. You're lucky if you get kisses
contact.
from me. Eye contact. No eye contact, just talking.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like there's, like, to an extent, like, Seth and
There's
I,
different
like,
people,
yeah,
for
like,
sure.
I feel like you need to bring your partner down from that headspace and, like, caring. Like, you need to care for your partner, give them that respect that you have just kind of, I mean, I wouldn't say taken away, but
But it
I
all goes back
mean,
to communication, because
Yeah.
if if you get somebody who's like an extreme cuddler and then you
you are
get
not a
somebody
cuddler.
like me, like that needs to be said. Like I feel like when I talk to people, the first thing that I say is that, like, I'm not a super human contact kind of person. I never will be. Like when I'm in the mood, I'm in the mood, and most of the time when I'm not in the mood, like I am most of the time, that's just how it is, and I'm not going to change just because I'm in a relationship or whatever.
Right. I mean, Seth and I, we don't really cuddle for that long. I mean, we cuddle, but
We get too hot.
Yeah, that's what I was I was just saying. But, like, if there's to a point, like, we make sure we're both good mentally, that we don't physically have to be up our ass 100%.
And if I did cuddle, I would not be the big spoon because, like I said, I don't like touching, so why would I touch you?
Seth likes to be the big spoon sometimes, which is nice because I actually...
Well, no, I like to be a little spoon sometimes.
Oh, well, sorry. Little spoon sometimes. Because, I mean, I like to, like, make sure he's okay. And then that, like, 5 minutes, because then we start sweating, and then we have to let go and just go to sleep.
It's going to oddly just picture them cuddling. It's like a sloth.
How tall are you, Seth?
It's like a
Calm
sloth.
down, I'm only 5'8".
It's like a sloth hugging onto a human. That's what it looks like when they cuddle because she's so tiny.
Are you calling me the sloth?
Yes, motherfucker.
Yes, because you're
the
slow.
small, tiny sloth. And
You're
you have
slow,
to use
you're
both
smelly.
your arms and legs to get around.
Okay, and then I eat flowers. I'm all right with that.
Yes.
And I
You're
am kind of like
Slow?
physically slow, not mentally slow, you bitch. But anyways,
So you're still slow and covered in moss and smelly.
yeah,
Yeah.
Great.
just a little stinky. After sex, yeah, I'm gonna be a little stinky with all your fucking juices and my juices.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Just
So-
throwing that out there.
So
What is your what do you think about cuddling, Seth? We've already said our 2 cents.
I
about that.
don't like it because we get too fucking sweaty and I'm not comfortable.
And they keep their air conditioner at 70 so that's why they get sweaty.
Oh, yeah,
First of all,
yeah.
It was broken. It was broken at the time. Okay.
it's always been at 78, and I come over all the time, and I'm like, God damn it, I'm fucking hot as hell. And she turns it up 1 goddamn degree. Thanks for the generosity. But anyways,
You're welcome. So I guess we'll touch on swingers, orgies, and bukkakis. I've never known anybody that's ever had a bukkake.
I haven't either.
I don't either. I just know what I've read on the internet about it.
Ariel, we've talked about it multiple
We'll start
times.
with swingers. I
Ooh, my parents were swingers.
Yeah.
Growing up with that was fucking weird.
I bet.
I
that's
mean, yeah,
fucking
we'd have
weird.
they would have parties every weekend, and there would be a big old bowl of keys.
Would you guys be in the house still?
I think my parents would actually they had a big room away from our bedroom. So
yes.
yeah. So yeah. So they
So
would
yeah.
do it in the
Hear
old house. No, because we were pretty young. I just remember big parties,
You're like,
grilling.
oh, mom and dad are moaning again. So what?
Well, I mean,
Their
honestly-
friend Fred is over again for some weird
why'd you
reason.
pick
Spending
the
night-
word
Fred?
Fred?
Please? Okay.
Just so
My
everyone
bad.
knows, Ariel's dad name is Fred, so makes the situation just a
So
little.
Right?
Frank is over again, and he's making my
No.
mom moan.
I mean, no, I feel like my dad were my mom and dad were swingers / just orgies, all the way.
They were big into the 70s, so let's just throw that out there.
Yeah,
Right,
they're still
right.
big.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
I
but,
feel like they're still big.
when I was growing up, I'd see a big bowl of keys and then just everybody just drinking and having fun. I mean, it looked like fun when I was younger, but I didn't honestly know what the fuck was going on.
Well, right now when you see a big bowl of keys, it's prevent people from driving home drunk.
Right.
Yeah.
Which honestly,
you don't automatically go to swingers party.
right. I'm gonna pick a set of keys, and that bitch or that man is mine. That pussy and that dick is mine. Whatever you want to think about. But I mean, I feel like swingers, like
it's okay.
Yeah.
Like if you're into it, it's okay.
Oh, 100%. Same with orgies. Like, if you want more than one experience in that one time period, go for it.
If you want a fucking London Bridge, then London Bridge that shit.
I mean, I know a lot of gay couples who do it. Like, they have that third person that comes in randomly that gives them that, like, spark of, like...
Life.
Yeah, I mean, not
Sexual
life.
intercourse.
Not life. Just gives them that, like...
excitement, I guess.
Yeah, that enticement.
Something different.
Yeah, something different.
So as far as swingers go, I'm not against them. Is it for me? Not at all.
Damn it.
Did we talk about like what swingers are, like what the party is actually about?
No.
So a bunch of people get together. I mean, friends.
Consensual adults.
Consensual, always consensual. Okay, with our sex talks, always fucking consensual between adults, consenting adults. But yeah, swingers would just be like, I don't even know, neighbors, friends, anybody that you know that you're gonna
Coworkers.
Yeah, it could be literally anybody comes over to your house. You have a party, and then you all take turns having sex with each other. Like, I mean, every part of your room or your house or wherever you're doing it, people are having sex. I mean, these are like married couples going over there just so they can fuck other people and it be consensual.
Yeah, which is cool if you communicate about it, if you're into that.
I mean, some would do it in the exact same house. Like, some people would actually take their partner home and spend all night with them, just them. And then in the morning, it didn't happen. Like, they would leave, part ways, and see you later.
Or
it never happened.
Maybe they go eat brunch and have mimosas together.
I mean, they could, but I mean, at the end of the day, it never happened.
Yeah. And okay, so orgies.
Yeah, I can't say shit
More
about
than
orgies
one person in the room. Bow, chicka, wow.
Yeah, so as orgy...
I feel like orgies is kind of like
it's
like swingers parties,
I feel
but
like it's in the same category as swingers.
Yeah, but orgies, like with swingers, it's like, you know, I think it's like one-on-one.
It's one-on-one.
More so, and
it's one-on-one with
more
the person
private,
you
I feel
don't-
like.
Yeah.
But orgies is literally just like...
Everybody's dick, everybody boobs are swinging.
Right,
everywhere.
everybody's
Like a
touching
bukkake.
everybody. Like, I feel like you're all intertwined with each other, and you don't know what you're licking or sucking or what's going in you.
Who it is, who it isn't. Like,
Make sure you're safe if you're doing it.
Right, everybody's naked and everybody's fucking and licking and sucking.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't care.
To
who
each
you,
their own.
Who you are, what you do. It's just you're in the room, you're naked, it's happening.
And I've never partaked in an orgy, but I have seen some porn.
Yes,
Right.
same. Yeah, I mean, I've never done it either. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but Seth is. Don't lie to the people.
No, I wouldn't be into it because, like, I don't know, if you're sharing the same hole with 10 other guys, I just feel like that's just weird to me.
10 other guys?
Maybe
I feel
not
like 10 other guys, that's bukkake.
Or even,
I was about to say, first of all, do you know 10 guys?
No, I don't know anybody.
But I'm just
like,
saying,
even
that's a
like
lot
2 or
of
3
people.
other guys, you're sharing the same hole with them, and I'm just not into that, you know.
All right, so bukkakes. Who knows what a bukkake is? Raise your hand.
We all raised our hand.
I know you're raising your hand in your car out there, or in your living room, or wherever you're listening
You're
to
like,
this at.
damn, that
If
one
you're-
bukkake was lit.
Right, if you're thinking about it and you're too afraid to raise your hand,
Just
we know
raise your
you
hand.
raised your hand.
Hey,
Yeah,
Seth.
just raise your hand.
What's bukkake?
Bukkake. Ooh, so
Explain it to the dirty
So
details.
it's like a limp biscuit, you know. You got a girl in the middle. There's a bunch of guys around, you know, fucking you, jacking off, and then at the end they're coming all over your face. I feel like it's kind of like a limp biscuit, but you're the biscuit in this situation.
Yeah, you. I
As
mean,
a
you
woman,
could also.
man, whatever.
You could also like. I've heard it explained like. The girl sits on one end, like kneeling, and there's just like a line of guys, and they all take turns just fucking jizzing on her.
Yeah.
I'm sure it could go both ways. I'm sure there could be a guy right there. I'm sure like a girl, like the guys could line up and girls could like spray on them. Who knows?
What?
on 'em,
Yeah. I was about to say, like, there's one guy, there's like 10 girls lined up getting ready to fucking spray on them. What a fucking badass time.
Yeah.
What?
You better shut your mouth over there. You're not
Yeah.
okay with orgies, but you're okay with that.
No, I'm not.
Just because it doesn't go in the hole.
Right. Yeah.
That's
It's not cheating.
disgusting.
So it's
you,
just
you know
just
what
fluid.
squirting
Hey.
is, right?
It's not
Oh, yeah.
pretty
Pretty
much
much
in a
urine.
1, 2, 3 way.
No.
1, 2, 3.
Anyway, so yeah, I mean, whatever you're into, like bukkakis, orgies, or if
Yeah,
you're swingers, like again,
I
it's
honestly,
communication.
I give my respects to the swinger community because they're it takes a lot of communication, a lot of respect, and a lot of everything. Communication mainly to be a part of that community, and I give respect to it.
Yeah.
You know? I would never participate,
Neither would I.
but
I don't know. Bukkakis for me, I feel like you have no self-respect if 10, 11, 12 different people are fucking squirting or jizzing on your face.
I mean, some people are into that.
I mean, some people are.
I mean,
into that.
I don't knock it, but for me personally, I feel like
you
I
would do it
have
personally.
no self-respect.
Just like golden showers.
If it's in the shower, it's okay.
yeah.
Okay, but golden shower does not mean in the shower. Golden shower, if nobody
Means
knows
like
what that
on your
means,
bed.
is that
You're getting
you
pissed
enjoyed
on.
getting peed on. That is, I mean, that could partake in anywhere. The shower parting just means like you're getting showered in pee.
Yeah. And I would not advise it to do it on your bed because I feel like it would just be
I mean,
a
if
big
you want to
mess.
try it, by all means, get into the shower and try it that way because at least you can wash that shit
Yeah,
off.
it's kind of warming up to
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I feel like peeing on your bed, it seeps
Yeah.
into your
You
mattress.
almost, well, you need like a
and-
plastic cover. What's those plastic mattress covers that goes underneath the sheet?
Yeah, like old women with their fucking couch covers.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Yeah,
No,
and then every time
it's
you
too
roll
much
around,
work.
it's like. Ch-ch-ch-ch.
It's. I feel like
Fucking-
it's too much work. Just fucking spray your partner in the shower.
Yeah,
Like it's much
which
cleaner that
I'm
way.
not against that. You know, golden showers in the shower, in the actual shower, and I'm not against it.
Yeah,
mean,
because I don't want to fucking clean up after.
Yeah,
his
it'll
piss.
drain off. You know.
Or my piss. Like it just depends.
Yeah, and then it starts stinking your room up. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
And if you have kids, like it's 10 times worse. How do you explain what happened?
Anybody that's in the golden shower, I feel like they know the precautions of it and the aftercare of it, so to say. And yeah,
I mean, some people have rooms for that situation.
true. But,
Yeah.
Like
we,
where we
but
come
we don't
to.
because we're not, rich.
I mean, we do have a room for it. This is where all this equipment is.
No,
Just,
no. It's
just
all right.
so you know,
we
that
have carpet in here.
Anyways, we could put plastic down.
Yeah.
But anyways, so toys and lubes. How does everyone feel about that?
I feel like you should always introduce toys to the bedroom. Just to
Male,
kind of
male or female?
just to kind of expand your sexual incognation.
And try something new, like quit being a square and venture out to new things. Like you might enjoy it, you might fucking hate it, but whatever. You're trying things new.
Yeah, as long as you try it. I mean, communication. Our biggest thing, as us three probably agree on, our biggest thing is communication.
Yeah.
It all stems from that. I mean, if your wife, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend wants to try some type of vibrating toys while they're getting stimulated somewhere else, then great. If they want anal plugs, then great. Try it out. If you're fully comfortable with it, like I said, communication, talk about it. Try out some toys. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of lubes unless you absolutely need them.
Well, I mean, some women just can't naturally lube
Yeah.
themselves. They
Yeah,
have
for
that.
sure.
They have an issue, and especially if you want to do anal. Like, I mean,
Yeah, definitely lube for that
when
one.
you pull out the butt plugs, like for both you and your partner, Seth. Which I mean, I'm 100% comfortable talking about, but he's not. But I'm
Whatever.
trying to get him comfortable with it because
No, you use lubes.
he needs to
because-
educate.
It's all
But anyways,
natural.
lubes are very important, especially when your partner can't naturally lube themselves.
It makes everything way more comfortable.
And if you want to do areas, obviously, that doesn't naturally lube themselves, like anal, like any sort of anal
sure,
play.
I'm sure they know what that is.
And if your anus is naturally lubed, then
Then you probably have a problem.
You need to take
you
a shower.
got more pressing problems than doing anal.
And you need to possibly take a shower and then go to the doctor.
For sure.
But, I mean, still, like, toys and lubricants, like, you should never feel embarrassed about them because a lot of women don't enjoy anal. But if they do anal, they stimulate themselves. What happens when women stimulate themselves with anal? They have a toy and they have lubricants.
Yeah, like anal plugs.
Don't be ignorant, men. Just throwing that out there. Women do not get any pleasure from anal. They might in some sort of way.
Yeah,
but they still stimulate themselves, and they still have to use
maybe,
lube.
but some
maybe.
Wait,
no, but some women they get off to anal, like
half of the time.
Have you met a woman that gets off to anal?
I have not, but I'm sure they're out there.
Okay,
I'm sure
so
they're
I'm
out
sure.
there.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you probably haven't seen them stimulate themselves.
I've never met a woman who gets off on anal.
No.
I'm just saying.
Even the porn.
It's just the thought of it. I feel like the thought of like, say if a woman was going into sex. I don't know why I'm doing a little jiggy jig.
Little jig with your shoulders there.
So, I feel like if a woman is going into sex and they're like, man, I really want to get fucked in the ass. I feel like
what woman ever fucking thinks that?
Right, what
I don't
woman's
know.
just having a good old
We
grand
don't
day
have-
at work
No,
and they're like, God damn, I could really use an ass
Some
fucking.
women are probably like that.
They are, but you probably see half of the time they're probably fucking flicking their clit.
Maybe
Right
half
then.
the time, but it's
Half
the other.
the time? When do
the
you
other
know?
half.
How many sexual partners do you know that has actually enjoyed anal?
They're like,
haven't-
oh
I
yeah,
haven't
fuck
heard
me
it.
in the ass, but also I'm gonna play with my clit.
Yeah, but
I'm not, I'm going to tell you completely.
I feel like there's some women out there that's like, I just want anal. And
When
that's it.
Maybe.
on porn?
Hey,
Maybe.
Hey.
I mean, you don't know.
I mean, that's great, but I'm more than most of the women that I've talked to, which is a lot of women, because I am very comfortable with talking about sex, especially with random people I don't know. If they want to bring it up, fuck yeah, we'll talk about it. Half of the time, they have to use lube and they have to stimulate themselves. So ignorant men, sorry Seth, you can't just think automatically they're going to enjoy anal.
Yeah, no, I don't think that, but I feel like there is some women out
There is, and there's some women that actually gets off on penetration.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Throwing that out there. You just have to communicate. You have to know your partner. And if you just automatically think, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck her good with penetration and you're gonna get her off, you don't know that.
No.
Hey,
Oh, I'm gonna
go
fuck
back
her
to
in the
school.
ass and then
Getting away from our
sorry.
anal conversation, which is not what we were talking about. So, what are some of y'all's favorite toys?
Recently I've really enjoyed the anal toys, you know, because that's kind of a new aspect of our sexual intercourses.
Yeah, I
and
mean, I
sexual
have to
pleasure.
agree. I have to agree with him on that part because, I mean, I've been very a clit stimulation girl because, I mean, penetration doesn't really work for me as a woman. I mean, sometimes, yeah, like if Seth and I are at that point.
Very rare.
It is very rare, but I mean, it has happened for Seth and I, and maybe less than a handful, but I mean, still.
Yeah.
But it's just who I am. Like, I just can't. But I mean, I'm very knowledge with clit stimulation. So I mean, the anal plugs have been different for me. So I mean, it's been nice. It's been nice to be able to stimulate a different part of my body that I'm not used to.
Have you guys ever used cock rings?
Yeah.
Once, but
Yeah,
he's
once.
used to it with other partners.
Yeah. Cock rings they're all right. I just feel like
I'm not jealous whatsoever. Sexual experiences before me or sexual experiences before me.
yeah. I mean, they're all right. I just feel like cock rings, all they do is just push blood to your penis to make it hard and keep it hard.
Yeah.
They have different ones, vibrating ones, and yada yada yada.
I've heard the vibrating ones for the female are good.
Extravagant.
Yeah, because
Possibly.
because at the same time you're getting your blood restricted from your penis, you are also stimulating the girl's clit at the same time
Right.
with the act of sex because in and out.
Yeah. And I'm going to throw this out there one more time. Men, pleasure your women. It's worth it. They'll love you fucking forever.
And they'll be in much better moods all the time.
Yes. pleasure them. Make sure they get theirs. Don't be fucking selfish and be like, look, I'm going to get mine, and that's it. She's going to lay there, and she's going to take it, and that's it. Don't fucking be like
lay
that.
there.
I mean, please don't be a dick. Even
Don't
if,
be like that.
Don't be a dick, and don't be, even with females, like male or female, like you have to talk to your partner. You have to both get each other off, because what's the point in sex?
Yeah, and if you don't want to get a female off, then I think that's when you need to do some research on sex dolls.
Or just watch a lot of porn and start paying for porn.
Yeah, I guess.
But
Yeah, but don't ever expect to get in a relationship that way.
Yeah.
No, because
If you're a
most
porn
women,
addict, then you're probably not going to get into a committed relationship.
most women do not enjoy finding their partner paying for sex.
Or addicted to porn.
Yeah.
So
Go hire a prostitute. Go do
have
that.
you
Same shit.
guys had to use lube?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah,
times.
I mean, because
And so what do you normally get? Like what kind of, because there's so many lubes out there. Like what do you normally look for when you go look for lube?
Me personally, I like the all natural.
Yeah.
100% natural water based.
I like the water-based. Yeah, the water-based
Don't get oil
ones.
based because
Yeah,
that's
no.
fucking gross.
We've tried
It's just
oil-based.
messy.
Yeah, we tried
just
oil-based,
fucking
and
messy.
it just gets everywhere and on the sheets.
Do water
You
based.
feel it for fucking weeks.
Do water
like, it's
based
gross.
because you can hop in the shower if it's that messy, or you can
Right.
use a wipey to fucking wipe it off, or
Have
whatever.
either of y'all tried warming lube?
No. How about you get into that, Ariel?
I've actually, no,
I have
actually,
not.
no, I haven't.
So let me just tell you, warming lube is
It's probably great to a certain extent.
it's a lube that when you put it on, you don't necessarily right away feel the heat, but it like the friction, the heat from like if you were to put it on your hand and blow some hot air on your hand, that's
You'd
when
feel
you
it.
would feel the
It's
heat.
kinda like
And
Vicks.
so, yeah, they don't. I feel like a lot of bottles when you do buy lube, or if you buy them from like people, because I know they have like like Avon representatives for like sex shit now. So,
Oh my God.
but whoever you get it from,
where do you
or
find
wherever
them at?
wherever you get, it's a female thing, I think.
Oh, yeah, those like dick parties or whatever they're called. I don't even
Pure
know.
Romance or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. But like wherever you get like, your lube from, I don't think it really specifies, or I just don't read the back. I don't know that.
Those deep throating throat like gels don't work. Just so you know, ladies.
How do you know?
So it doesn't really tell you that the lube it heats up pretty well.
Significantly?
Yeah, with friction and not just heat. And I guess they don't tell you like, oh, warning, don't use internally, because that was a bad day for me. No. So if you're using warming lube,
And her partner, just so you know.
if you're using warming lube, like I would suggest like outer body, boobs, nipples, things like that. I definitely
Balls?
wouldn't.
No, maybe not balls.
I don't know about balls, but like things like that. And that's just, I think, like a foreplay tool, really.
Right.
I, had to use lube one day, and I had nothing but warming lube, and was
Sensations.
like, fuck it, and just use it, and had sex, and needless to say, both of our private areas,
Genitalia.
both of our private areas were on fire. And I mean, like, not in like, oh my god, my shit's fucking on fire, but like,
Oh my fucking god! I need a water hose.
I mean,
so
you guys have probably used like Bengay or Icy Hot or Vicks.
Try
It just
that on your genitals.
yeah, it feels like because the friction is what makes it there. So it feels like you literally took a handful of Vicks and shoved it up your vagina, or masturbated with it, like masturbated your penis.
Yeah. Jacked off with the Vicks.
If you jacked off with masturbating your penis. So I
Yeah,
definitely
you take
would
that
not
penis
go
and you
there.
Masturbate it.
It was not fun, and it lasted quite a long time. So I would just stick to external areas for warming lube.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we like water-based lube, like the all-natural. It's easy to clean up. It doesn't really make a mess.
I second that. I also do like water-based lubes.
It's easier to
but
get
also, if you have toys that you play with personally, privately, I should say, because I know that I have, obviously,
any kind of cleaning with any partner. Toys.
Dildos, vibrators, things like that. You're gonna want silicone-based lube, and that's, you can use water-based lube too, but I feel like silicone-based lube works better because most of the parts that you're sticking in you is going to be silicone.
Right. The most of the toys you will buy is silicone.
Yes.
Right. So I guess we should close this whole podcast out with oral.
Ooh.
You know?
Ooh, I feel like we already touched base on
We did
Did
touch
we
base
kind of
on
touch
it,
base on oral?
I feel
but
like
we
should,
didn't go
like
into
most,
details about it.
Most women.
Oh,
don't
I
get
think, yeah,
penetration.
we talked about, women, like, okay, so oral meaning blowjobs, or eating out a female.
Yeah, I mean, some women don't like blowjobs. Some men don't like eating out a vagina. Like, I mean, it's just to each his own. Like, you just need to talk about it. Like, some women don't get off on penetration, so that's all they have is oral. And sometimes...
Yeah, but I feel like sometimes women don't like giving blowjobs because they feel like they've only heard negative things towards them. Like, if you are a man and you want your female to give you a blowjob, maybe you need to talk to them and be like, hey, you know, like, I feel like how about you try this?
Wait. Or if you're male and want your male friend.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, too, male and male. If that's what you,
female,
or female and female, like whatever the oral is. But definitely with, I would say with blowjobs in general. If you want your partner to give you a blowjob and they're kind of hesitant or they think that they're bad, they've probably had previous experience where they got put down because they don't give good blowjobs. And I feel like everybody has the capability of giving a good blowjob. I think you just need
you gotta get out
communication.
You have to get out
because
of your
not
comfort zone.
not every person's the same. Not every dick's the same. Like
Not every clit's the same.
I mean, take those couple of minutes to be like, you know,
does this feel good? Like, am I doing
does it feel good? Or hey, you know,
what can
cover
I do?
your teeth more or something.
Yeah,
Right.
Give
what can
pointers,
I do to
like,
make this feel
yeah,
better?
and when it does feel good, like, let them know, because I feel like that's very gratifying to your partner.
Yeah, like letting them know. Like,
Yeah, it'd be like,
hey,
shit, yeah, like right there, like that is fucking perfect. Keep doing that.
This part feels so good, but I mean that other part that you just did, no. Like, but keep going this way, like.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, some people like a little teeth graze every now and again.
Maybe.
I've done that.
I mean, I like it. I mean, I even had a clit, and I kind of like the teeth grazing too.
Hey, I mean, you can teeth graze a fucking clit too.
You can?
Just
Yeah.
don't fucking chomp down. Like,
Yeah,
Just a little tiny.
That's dangerous.
Nicely graze
Yeah, do
your
not
teeth.
chomp down on either a penis or a
Or
fucking clit.
Like,
Yeah,
Because, ow.
because both areas are extremely sensitive.
Yes.
so I mean, sloppier the better.
Yeah, that's what we've all heard is sloppier the better.
Like, it doesn't make you choke and doesn't make you feel like you're gagging as much.
I feel like I'm way too OCD for sloppy.
Yeah, well, you're a bit
Can't do
weird,
it.
but I mean, most
Calling her out like that.
Well, she doesn't like saliva, so I
Yeah,
mean,
I
it's
don't.
kind
I
of a
don't.
thing.
It grosses me out.
So
I can't help it.
I've had straight women, I've had gay women give me advice on blowjobs because I mean, I never thought I was the greatest, and to me, it doesn't fit on my clit. Like, it's just not like the thing I like to do. But I mean, it's something that Seth wants me to do, and it's fine. Like, I've even asked for advice from a straight man or gay man, and they've given me advice. The sloppier, the better. Like, that makes it 10 times easier than going in like dry and choking and like the whole gagging.
And I will
thing
give you
makes it a little less.
I will give
Some women
everybody
like
out
that,
there.
though.
I
Some
will give
women do
everybody
like
out there a hint. So when you're giving a blowjob, the best thing to think about is vulnerability. I feel like it gives you more gratification as being the giver of the blowjobs or eating out or whatever it is, because you are making that person extremely vulnerable at that time. Like, you literally are holding the fucking power.
Right,
Sure.
right.
And you're like, I literally did that. Like, you fell apart because of me.
Yeah, because of something small that is actually not used for sex. But, I mean, men, if a woman doesn't like you fucking grabbing their hair and forcing their dick in your throat, don't fucking do it.
Yeah, that's just
It's kind of disrespectful in some sort of way.
Yeah, and it's not funny, it's not cute, and you will get punched in the face, and I hope you do.
I mean, if they don't like it, don't do it. But if they fucking love it, grab their fucking hair
and go
give
at
it to them.
Just do it.
But if you know your partner doesn't like it, or if you don't know your partner doesn't like it, don't fucking do it.
Or just ask, like, hey,
can I fucking give it to you hard?
Can I skull fuck you? Like, come on.
Right. Like, just communicate with your partners. I feel like that's pretty much what all sex is. And don't be in a box. Like, if your partner wants something and you've never done it before, but you feel like it's super fucking weird or it's not in the norm, don't give your partner a hard time. Like, communicate and just try it. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. Just communicate.
Communication is our key, and we're at the end of our
podcast.
Sorry, we talked too much about sex.
Be comfortable.
I'll harmonize. Okay.
Take adventures.
Right.
Yes.
Do things that you wouldn't normally do.
Step out of your box.
Communication. Trust.
Yes. Caring.
All of the above. Quit
Self-caring.
being a fucking Karen and buy a fucking dildo.
Man,
Yeah. Sorry.
Or
sorry, any
suck a
Karens out
fucking
there
dick.
that are
Yeah,
listening.
fuck your partner the way they want to be fucked, even if you're not comfortable with
Or
it.
don't be shy and ask somebody else to fuck you the way you want to be fucked.
Right.
Exactly.
Find somebody that's going to fuck you the way you want to.
True. So I guess we're gonna wrap things up. Thanks for listening to the podcast of Magical Bastards. We will definitely have way more to come. And
Something you probably won't like, or you might like, whatever.
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We're the type of podcast that's literally going to talk about everything and anything.
You
We
can
will
either like it, or you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
That's true. Because
mainly go fuck yourself because that's what this podcast
mainly.
is about.
Yeah, I mean it's opinions. And
So literally, drop
fucking
what you're
experts.
doing now. Go fucking masturbate. Go fuck your partner.
Stop paying for porn if you're
Stop
actually
paying for
addicted.
porn.
And
Sex
love your
is great.
partner.
Yeah, sex is
Everybody
great.
needs to have more sex.
It's the
Just
fruit of life,
communicate.
especially at times right now. We are going to start Patreon pretty soon for after hours kind of shit.
I don't know if you guys want to hear that, but
No, it's going to be after hours, Patreon supported. This is one of our first episodes, so just kind of bear with us a little bit. We have tons of topic to cover.
When we're new, we're trying to get into this, and
yeah, we have a lot of opinions that we don't give a fuck about if anybody doesn't like it or not, but we still want everyone to hear it because the world needs to hear it.
Yeah, for
in
sure.
my opinion.
It needs to hear the taboo shit and all that bullshit.
yeah, definitely be open-minded. Like I said, there's things out there that you would have never guessed, and we're trying to open your mind.
Right, and we might not know everything, but here we are trying to open our mind and open ourselves.
And your mind. And yourself.
Yeah.
So, I guess once we get set up, we will put out information about our Patreon. Just leave us a 5-star review. And, keep having sex.
We love everyone, no matter what your sexuality or what your breed is. We love you no matter what.
And again, this is Ariel.
Yeah.
This is Mousy.
And this is Seth. We're going to close out the podcast. Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye.